A major WWE star is dealing with a really bad injury. Plus, an absent Raw star returns and their future plans have been revealed. And a big title match has been added to WWE Fastlane. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Where's Sheamus?
I don't know, Tom. Where is Sheamus?
Over there?
No, he's not.
Is he over there?
No, he's not.
Is he? Oh, Joe Hendry's there. Hi, Joe. You coming
Hello,
on today?
Joe. How are you doing?
Coming on today? No, he's eating a Kit Kat.
And there's Relic over there in the corner, jacking his D.
Do you ever notice that Relic is killer spelled backwards?
Yeah, and I realised it's a jacking his D.
He could have been D in his jack. What a start. Sheamus nowhere to be seen, but for good reason. Dave Meltzer gives us more.
Yes, he was speaking on the Wrestling Observer radios where he said Sheamus has basically got a really bad shoulder injury. He explained the reason he's not been a part of SmackDown since his match against Edge, and what a barn burner that was. That was all the way back on August the 18th, by the way, which means life is going quicker than we all thought. It's not known if the injury was caused during that match or if it's happened somewhere else.
There's two things that I think of. One being, is it going this quickly because I turned 40 in what feels like 10 minutes' time? And two, is Sheamus going to be okay in time for Survivor Series? Because I think there's a lovely opportunity to get the Brawling Brutes in some sort of Survivor Series shenanigan.
Oh, do you reckon? Do you not reckon it's Team Jimmy versus Team J? Raw versus SmackDown?
Oh, I mean, they do Raw versus SmackDown loads. And I'm more invested. I mean, if it's both, I'm more invested in it being Jimmy versus Jay than Raw versus SmackDown.
Yeah, but we've got to get to WrestleMania for Jimmy versus Jay singles. So having multi-man Jimmy versus Jay is the stepping stone, the skipping stone along the skipping stones from Takeshi's Castle. That makes no sense. At the end of the track is WrestleMania. The skipping stones in the middle where Survivor Series is. This is where we currently are on the other riverbank.
Where's the Rumble and as a Takeshi's Castle reference?
That's the final stone that falls. That isn't stationary. That's the final fallen stone, if that makes sense to anybody who's seen Takeshi's Castle, which is a fantastic show. Not so much the modern version, Tom. Have you seen the modern version?
I haven't seen the modern version.
Tom Thingy and the other guy, the other commentator, they sound really bored when they're doing it, which is a shame. That's my opinion.
Are they a bit too cool for school if they do it?
I think, yeah. Oh, look at him there. He's a teacher in school. They're trying to make jokes that are very inside basketball.
Oh, that's rubbish, isn't it?
Basketball.
It's a Sheamus. this derailed dead quick for us.
Yeah. I can't get over the thought of Relic jacking his D in my words. Imagine that. Stop doing it, man.
Stop. It'll fall off.
Christ almighty me.
Joe, tell him. Joe, take that off him.
There's no stopping Relic.
What a monster. It's 4 minutes consecutively. Best wishes to Sheamus. Hopefully not something's going to keep him away too long. I think Sheamus is one of those who has still got some great matches in him.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. I still think he needs an IC title run.
It's got to happen before he retires. Just so he completes the set. Yeah, he just keeps defying the laws of physics. I say it every time he gets brought up on a news video, but you watch the guy who does the Celtic Warrior workouts who can't keep up with the whippersnappers of today because of all the years he's had in professional wrestling versus the guy who wrestles in the wrestling ring, and it's incroyable, as the French might say.
It is incroyable. We saw a return on Raw last night after a bit of a false start last week. Tegan Nox back on the main roster. She returned to Raw, beating Natalya to earn a future title shot for the NXT Women's title. Cheers, mate. Ross is crying.
Well, I was on board with Natalya, but now that Tegan Nox is back, it's absolutely fine.
You are such a fair-weathered friend.
She called the hypocrite Becky Lynch out for her actions, and at the time, I agreed with her. Now that's aged like milk after this sort of Lyra Valkyria stuff, but at the time, it all made sense. But yeah, it was a ding-dong battle to end them all, the match, so it was. And Tegan hits the shiniest wizard. Oh, I'm a wizard, I'm shiny. Look at me in the Panini album. She hits the shiny wizard out the blue for the win. Well, she's a shiny and she's a wizard.
I like it.
Wizards.
I like Tuesdays.
But yeah, so Becky Lynch is going to take on Tiffy Stratton. And the winner of that match, whoever is still the NXT Women's Champion, or is the NXT Women's Champion at that time, will take on Tegan Nox.
The way they kind of got to that was good because you had Becky backstage and Tegan came in and Becky literally went, "Oh, there she is!" Like, there she is, and
like the uncle everybody hates at the funeral.
That's it, Kyle.
There it is. I can't stand him.
And they referenced the fact that Tegan, like Becky said, "Oh no, you were going to come out of the the open challenge. I saw you in the back by gorilla position. What happened?
Yeah.
So they even referenced how close it came to that being a thing, and they sort of shoehorned it in by her saying, well, Natalia's the veteran, so I stood aside. So there's a nice little story thread that you could potentially pull here with a Tegan Natalia story.
Ho, 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 it's what we all want to see.
It's what we want to happen. It's the old point that there needs to be a consistent, and there has been this year, to be fair, there needs to be women's feuds not over the women's title. We had that with Becky and Trish this year, and it was gangbusters, and I want to see more things like that this year. Maybe Tegan Natalia. It's a great way to build Tegan. Work with a vet like Natalia.
That's a great way to build that vet, Natalia, if you keep shooting on these fools. You hypocritical ginger witch.
Natalia with a sharpshooter.
You see your knee there, Tegan Nox. You think you're a wizard. I think you're more of a magician because your knee keeps disappearing.
Are you writing her stuff this time? I think you might be. On Raw, we further the tease, possibly of a breakup of Imperium.
Yeah, Ludwig Kaiser was taking on Tommaso Ciampa during the match. Giovanni Vinci, who of course is still a part of Imperium, as we're sat here on this very fine, cold, crispy Tuesday morning. He tries to get involved to help Ludwig Kaiser, but he ends up getting boshed in the face, which distracts the referee because he's tending to Vinci on the apron there, while Ludwig is trying to get a 3 count. Ludwig gets pissed off. He pushed Giovanni out the ring. The dissension continues.
Do we split Imperium?
Giovanni Vinci's a bit useless at the minute, and the longer they do, I'm just like, they don't need him. Ludwig and Gunter as a twosome works. Giovanni doesn't even. He's a mute, Tom. He's not allowed to talk.
Yeah. Don't speak, you'll spoil it. Yeah. He was starting to build his own thing on NXT anyway. You know, I'm the man with a flash car.
I'm a sexy Italian model. I have 3 photographs taken every single time I walk down to the ring, Tom. It was a gimmick that should have been world champion, could still be world champion. He's a fantastic wrestler. That gimmick was fine because all he had to do was smile because he's a handsome bugger as well. So to get him back to that, I think would be better than what he is currently doing.
I'd like to see him ride the wave of the stuff he's done with Imperium and maybe get back to doing something else.
Yeah.
In the same way that I'd like to see Newcastle United ride the wave of their 8-0 drumming of Sheffield on the weekend.
And they could do that tomorrow night in the Carabao Cup against Manchester City. Live reactions on the Hold and Give Football YouTube channel. youtube.com/@Hold and Give Football.
Nice.
There's an sign in there for some reason, Tom. It threw me. Why it's there, who knows? I've got no idea.
From back of the net to net in the back, Shinsuke Nakamura has one target in mind for Fastlane. He has officially called his spot, named the time and place for his world title match against Seth Rollins. It's going to be at Fastlane next Saturday, and it's going to be a last man standing match.
Yeah, Rollins was on Raw last night saying,
well, Shinsuke, if you don't want to do it, there's plenty of able-bodied people backstage who do it.
And then he's basically, Nakamura came on, did one of those wonderfully produced promo packages, which is a tongue twister. And yes, we have the last man standing match for
Fastlane.
He promises Seth Rollins a match so brutal that he will never be able to walk again.
Lol.
Or look at his daughter. Imagine beating someone so bad they can't look at their own daughter.
Yeah, what's he going to do? He's going to get a paintball gun, isn't he?
Oh, the old Biker Grove finish.
The old Biker Grove finish, yeah.
Big
blind.
shout.
He's blind.
One other match announced for Fastlane. John Cena in a handicap match against Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Now, chances are, and we'll talk a bit more about this, this may involve LA Knight in some way, shape or form.
It should do, Tom.
It should, but we'll talk more about that in the next video, I promise you. Have you seen Wrestlers on Netflix yet?
I've still only seen episodes 1 and 2. I need to get my arse into gear and see some smoking Holly what's-her-face.
Hollywood Haley J has been one of the many people that came out of that documentary as a big talking point. It's the most talked about show on Netflix this month. I had a chat with OVW CEO Al Snow last night.
He's a wrestling legend, but he's bad with money. That's Al Snow.
That's the joke. We go into the weeds on the show, his relationship with the other co-owners of OVW. We talk about the stuff that went down with Hollywood Haley J and her mom. And we talk about sort of going forward the future of OVW and the big finale for wrestlers. It's full of spoilers for the Netflix show, just a heads up. So I won't give too much away here. But it's a lovely chat. Al's always a joy.
Yeah,
I always like having a chat with Al, one of the grumpiest men, one of the most lovable men in wrestling.
Does Certified get a mention?
He does indeed.
My God.
We have a lovely chat about Certified at one point.
That's the bit where I was like, what am I watching here when Certified comes in and cuts a shoot promo on Al while he's just talking to the camera people?
It was a hot topic when we spoke, among other things. It's on the podcast feed later today, and if you're have Patreon, you can watch the video version there as well as a thank you for supporting us at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Put that down. Stay safe.
It's unbelievable. How we've been recording just over 10 minutes here, and he's not stopped the entire time.
He's just
jacking that D.
He's gonna get some sort of. He's gonna have some problem with his wrist there. He's gonna get tunnel vision. Love you. Bye.